Hello, and thanks for joining us on the EduTalk show, brought to you by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Teacher Education Journal. In our previous episode, you heard teachers share their experience about the proposed curriculum for senior high schools by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. As part of the development process, the trial has taken place in some selected schools across the country. Well, we've heard from the teachers. How about the students and what's their experience regarding this proposed curriculum? Let's hear some of their experiences. We'll be right back.
Yesterday you had a lesson, right, in French?
Yes,
right?
please.
Was the lesson exciting to you guys?
Very exciting and very interesting.
Yeah, very interactive.
We learned about binary operation, and the last time I learned, we've treated that topic already, but if I compare yesterday's one and the previous one that we did, I would say the way the teacher approach of the learning was really good, and also the peer teaching and reciting groups also helped us to express our thoughts.
The introduction of laptop and the Bluetooth made the lesson exciting because today was our first time doing this. Anytime the teacher comes to the class, he always comes, then he'll bring the book, he'll talk, then he'll go. But because he introduced the laptop and the Bluetooth today, we felt excited, so we were happy learning.
Conversation between the two people. We've never done it before. This was our first time. That made the class very exciting.
When it comes to learning, others learn through sight, others learn through touching, and others through writing. So when you projected it, it will help the person who learns through the sight to acquire knowledge. And when you give us the phone and the tablet, the person who learned through touching, that person will be able to type and get fair knowledge about what he or she typed on the internet. And the person too who learned through writing too, he gave us the opportunity to write. So after doing the research, you can write your points down. So it always helps when he introduced the ICT digital tools.
The teacher elaborated on so much illustrative examples, and it gave us the clue to bring out more qualitative ideas in order to add up to enrich the content of literature.
And you're welcome back from that break. Thanks for joining us again on the EduTalk show, brought to you by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Teacher Education Journal. Just gone by, you've watched some students sharing their views on the proposed curriculum for senior high schools being developed by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NACA. Well, fortunately, we have the students, some of them joining us today on the EduTalk show to talk about the proposed curriculum for senior high schools. I have with me Korbuvie Makafui Jude from St. Peter's Senior High School, and Linda Acheampomaa is from the SDA SHS Acheampomaa. Linda, we just saw you in that video there, and you were indicating that the teachers, they'll come to class, talk and go. But now there's a new approach to it. How is school, first of all? How is school treating you?
School is fine. Everything is going on, and we are cool.
You are in which year?
I'm in my second year. Yeah.
And your school is privileged to be trying this proposed curriculum. We'll talk about your experience shortly. But for you, Makafui, you have come prepared. I see that. I don't know if you're coming to arrest me because I see a rank on your shoulder. What do you have to say about St. Peter's? First of all, for those who do not know about the school, where is it located? And what do you have to say about your school?
St. Peter's is one of the very best schools in Ghana. It's located in Eastern Region in Kwewu, in the Kwewu East District.
And you have a rank there. What's the rank for?
It's a symbolism. It
shows
Yeah, I'm the main school prefect.
Oh, so you are the head prefect in
Yes,
your
please.
school, right? Amazing. And what does it entail? Running your office as the head boy and dealing with your colleagues. How's the experience like?
It's quite hectic. You're trying to combine academic work with responsibilities, but all together, God being so good, we are doing our best.
Linda, would you say that you're enjoying school? Are you enjoying school so far?
Yes, please.
So let's talk about this proposed curriculum, because I'm sure that in your schools it's been trialed, so you have an idea about the proposed curriculum. What do you have to say about your personal experience, looking at how the teachers took you through the training under this proposed curriculum, and what used to happen when, of course, you were in your first year and before the second year in which you are now?
I was very glad my first time I saw the computers and the projectors. In fact, I was very glad. And also, the teacher projected some of the characters in our literature books on the projector. And this made the learning in the classroom interactive.
Oh, okay, so they brought computers to your classroom.
Yes, please.
So this would be for every subject? How does the teacher go about it?
Sometimes we go to the computer lab.
Okay.
Or he will bring his laptop or the mobile phone, then we'll be watching the videos or the pictures.
Okay, so before, how was the experience like? What would you find your teachers doing on a daily basis before the introduction of this trial that you had?
Previously, they only come to the classroom with their books, then they'll be doing the teaching all by themselves. But with this new curriculum, they engage with the students in the teaching. So they can even group us into mixed ability group, then they'll be giving us project works, and they'll be fetching us a lot of marks too.
And Jude, how is the experience like for you? Because you're also a head boy, so I don't know if you take it up upon yourself and then start teaching everybody in the class. How is the experience like for you?
Okay. In our trial session, it was very interactive. The teachers were interacting with us. Yes, to know what we know about the topics before they give us insight on them. So it helps, it's quite helping us to build our communication skills. In the case, in the sense that we are grouped for group studies and we share ideas together.
You're both talking about group studies, for instance. How is that shaping you? Do you have a different feeling when you are discussing issues in a group as compared to when the teacher comes, as Linda is pointing out to, comes with teacher and then go back to the common room? I mean, how is the experience like dealing with your own colleagues, learning amongst yourselves?
Because we are peers, it's easy to learn from each other. With that, there's no fear. We are on the same level, so we interact very well.
Linda, there are some of your colleagues who may be seeing their laptops for the very first time, and some also seeing some of these phones for the very first time. So how did you all react to that when your teachers were trying to change their approach to bringing a new style of teaching you under this trial?
We were very glad that day, and because the teacher brought the laptop and the mobile phone to the class, everyone was active in the class. Nobody slept during that day. We were all active. We answered a lot of questions, and that made the class lively.
But by your school, it's a mixed school,
Yes,
right?
please.
So you have both boys and girls in the class. Were you mixed together? How was the experience like for you? Because you learning with the opposite sex in class, how is the experience like under this proposed curriculum for you?
It is somehow difficult because for me like this, I'll find it very difficult to talk to my male partner. But if it was to be a female partner, I would find it easy to express my views to her.
Oh, you don't want to learn with the boys? Because for Jude, he's in a boys' school, so the experience is different. But for you, knowing that your teachers have exposed you to this proposed curriculum now, and they're gradually introducing you to this mixed group, would you say that your confidence is building now? Are you improving? How is it helping you?
I've really improved in some of the subjects. Subjects like maths. At first, I wasn't good in mathematics, but since the new curriculum was introduced, anytime the maths teacher comes to the class, he will group us into mixed ability. Then we'll be solving some of the topics then.
So you prefer now, you now prefer mathematics,
Yeah.
but you're a literature student.
Yes.
You know your people, they like reading, they don't like the mathematics. So how did that change for you? Was it because of your friends who were doing a peer learning? How did that happen?
I was having a friend who is very good in mathematics, so anytime I go to her and give her a question to solve for me, she'll be helping me, then we solve the questions together. So that made me like mathematics.
Wow, wow. So you want to change the literature? Oh, you don't want to change it. You want to keep it, but still loving mathematics. Okay, Jude, for you, she's in a mixed school, so the experience will be a bit different. But even in your case, you know that there are some students that are rated like yourself, the head boy and the other groups. You say, oh, you're the sharks of the class. But now you're mixing together with everybody and you're getting to have a sense of how everybody thinks, how they approach their issues, okay? Is the experience different, knowing that that's what the proposed curriculum is suggesting? You've tried that, so you know the experience, right?
Okay. It's easy to interact with our mates, as already said. And we are in a boys' school too, so there is no shyness. We treat each other as brothers. So we are cool with the group studies. Everything is going on for us.
But you know, as I was pointing out, that some of your colleagues may not learn at a fast pace, like how the others would do. How did this, for instance, tackle that, the proposed curriculum?
With this proposed curriculum, I see something different, because the below average students are taken more care of, in the sense that they are grouped with brilliant students who assist them to also share their views and give out the little best in them.
So it's not like one person answers all the questions in class. And Linda, is it the same for you? Where before, you know, all the questions will be answered by one person, but now there's a different approach. How is it like for you?
As I was saying, I'm in a mixed school, so we, the female students, we sometimes feel shy of the male students. So we don't actually answer questions because we may think that when the answers are wrong, they might laugh at us. But because since the new curriculum was introduced, the teachers have been grouping us with the male students, so we all share ideas. Then the brilliant ones will help those who are average. Then we both come out with the same answer.
And I don't know if the experience is the same for you, Jude, because there are some schools that don't have computer labs. Some have the labs and maybe the computers are not enough, so they don't have the opportunity. But now, the teachers bring those equipment to the classroom. So as you're learning, they introduce you to the equipment and the gadgets for modern learning. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. For your school, what's the experience like? Did the teachers bring it to you, or you were taken to a computer lab to experience firsthand how these things work?
We were taken to a conference room, and the things were projected for us to have a visual impression of them.
Also, now no more writing on the board. But were your friends also allowed to operate the machines?
Yes, please.
Okay, so for now, what skills would you say you've acquired in terms of how you can handle the equipment?
Under this new curriculum, we are exposed to computers, and we are gradually getting used to the use of them. Yes.
Linda, were you given the opportunity to also try your hands on some of the technology-driven devices?
Because we don't have adequate computers in our ICT lab, we did everything in the classroom on the teacher's laptop. So I didn't do any tryout, but the teacher did everything himself.
Okay, so he brought that to the classroom, and then were you taking turns? Were you going in groups to see what the teacher was doing? How different was it from what used to be the case? Before, they don't show up with their laptops.
Yeah. Previously, they don't show up with any laptop. They'll just come and write it on the board, and they'll leave the class. But since the new curriculum came, they'll call each and everyone to come and look at the thing on the laptop, or they'll project it on the projector for each and everyone to see everything clearly.
Well, so Jude, I recall you were indicating that your teacher took you to the conference room, correct? How's the experience like?
Okay. We were learning social studies, and a video of how Homo Festival was projected for us to watch, giving us a deep insight about how the processes they go through before the festival is celebrated. Yes.
And this is a festival for the Ga people, right?
Yes, please.
Were your colleagues excited about it?
Most of them outside Accra were very excited to learn about their culture.
You've never experienced the festival yourself, have you?
Yes, please.
So, what did the video teach you? What were the details of the video?
Okay. The video taught me the Ga culture, how they prepare food and share, they pay homage during the festival.
So what lessons did you pick from that day?
I noticed that we are united in diversity in terms of culture in Ghana.
Okay, Linda, you remember something?
I also remember during that day, we were doing literature, and under literature, we were talking about Ghana's culture. The teacher showed us a lot of Ghanaians' culture, such as the way Ghanaians dress, their food, their lifestyle, their dances, and even after the topic, we were allowed to show our dancing.
Were you allowed to dance as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We were allowed to dance, and we were allowed to speak in our languages, and also the food we eat. Yeah.
And what lessons did you pick up yourself?
I learned that we are all equal.
So which dance did you do?
Adowa dance and Agbaja.
Oh, you did Agbaja as well. And you're very excited on that day, isn't
Yes,
it?
please.
So now we're getting to hear students' experience on the proposed curriculum for senior high schools being developed by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. When we return from this break, I'll ask our students to tell me in what ways they believe we can improve this proposed curriculum. It's all coming up on the EduTalk show. Please stay. We'll be right back. And you're welcome back to the EduTalk show, brought to you by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Teacher Education Journal. I'm so excited today because we're spending time with Jude and Linda, who are sharing their experience on this proposed curriculum for senior high schools being developed by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. And when we left off, Jude and Linda, we're talking about some of the subject areas. Now I want to know how you all feel about the lessons during the trial. Linda, which one was your favorite topic or subject, and why do you love that the most?
Literature was my favorite subject because during that day, we read about a literature book which is called The Lion and the Jewel, written by Wole Soyinka.
Oh, it must be a nice story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing a bit of the story with us?
Okay. It's about a cunning chief who tricked an illiterate then and married her. Because she's an illiterate, she didn't know anything, so the chief just tricked her and invited her to his house one day for dinner. So after the dinner, then the chief later had an affair with her, so she got pregnant.
This must be an interesting story. What more do we need to know about the story? What happened?
So later on, the chief married a girl, and she really regretted because she was supposed to marry a literate who was a teacher known as Lakunle. But because she wanted Lakunle to pay her bride price and Lakunle was insisting, Lakunle wanted to make her wedding the modern one, but because she was an illiterate, she didn't like it that way. So later on, she regretted for not marrying Lakunle.
But how did you get to recall of these stories easily? What happened?
Because during that day, that was our first time we saw the picture of CD and Lakunle, so it made the class lively and interesting.
So everything is visualized? How did the teacher go about it?
The teacher just projected their picture on the projector, then he was showing us that this is CD, this is Lakunle, this is Baroka.
Oh, so you know Lakunle. If I show you Lakunle's picture now, you identify him definitely. Yeah. Okay, then for you, Jude, what was your favorite subject then?
My favorite subject was social studies, yes. And the topic was population. I loved the topic because this time we weren't just dealing with figures, but the statistics of Ghana's population was projected for us to really see what it looks like in the form of a bar graph and sector circles. And we really understood everything.
Yes. So they were using the charts, the graph. In fact, you saw some pictures of the map as well, how it looks now. Are we more in terms of the male and female population? Which one outnumbers the other?
The female outnumbers the
male. We have more female than the male population.
Yes.
But you are in a boys' school, so you know that your numbers are not much anyway. So Linda and Jude, you've all had the opportunity of trying this proposed curriculum. there are some of your colleagues out there who may not have had that privilege of experiencing what it feels like, you know, under this proposed curriculum. What message do you have for them?
I would like to tell my colleagues outside that since the new curriculum came, I was able to do practicals with some of the ICT tools, and also I became innovative because of the practicals. And also, at first, we usually do chew and pour. We just chew the answers, then after we are done writing, we forget everything. But because of this curriculum, we've discouraged the habit of chew and pour.
Jude, you've been doing chew and pour, eh? And your friends on campus?
That was the order of the day.
Oh, really? So before exams, you go read, because your teachers were talking about that earlier. Yes, what happens normally?
Because we don't understand, we just have to capture everything into our mind, so that when it comes into exams, we'll be able to write and pass. As simple as that.
Okay. But you have a message for your friends as well?
Yes. This new curriculum promises more, because it will make us critical thinkers in the near future and help us solve our problems in our society.
Okay, so now let's talk about your teachers. Linda, what change have you noticed in their approach towards teaching?
I've seen a lot of significant changes in their teachers, because previously they usually come to the classroom with books, but since the new curriculum was introduced, they come to the class with laptops and mobile phones. And also they put us into mixed ability groups so that we would be able to share ideas and find solutions. And as I was saying,
yes,
I'm now able to cope with my male friends. Anytime they group us.
Oh, so now you're able to learn in groups.
Yes, please.
And it's not as though one person has all the answers, as you're pointing out. But are your teachers still doing that,
yes,
even
please.
as we speak?
Yes, please.
So your literature content, they bring the laptops, and it
showing
feels better?
us the pictures of the new books we are going to read now.
So do some of your friends also ask for more in terms of asking the teachers to even come on weekends and introduce you to this new methods?
Yeah, even when the time is over for the teacher to leave the class.
They don't want the teacher to
we don't want the teacher to leave, because lesson is always interesting and interactive.
Wow. Jude, is that the same experience in school?
Please.
How are your colleagues receiving this, and would you say that your teachers are also adapting?
My colleagues are very happy with it, because there's more of technology involved. Yes, and they are very happy. And the teachers are also adapting to the styles of teaching, because they also don't like the chew and pour method. They want us to really understand concepts. So it's helping us build a good educational background.
And the little bits are whispering to us that your colleagues every day, every now and then, they want to go back to the conference room you're talking about.
Okay, it's not something we do most of the time, but now we are yearning to always go there, to go and learn that way. Because with that method, we get every concept clearly.
Okay, so before we go, there's a need for us to look at the way forward and what you are expecting, what you're looking forward to about this proposed curriculum. Linda, what are you looking forward to?
As a student, we would like to see more of the things on the projector physically, or we would like to go on field trips or excursions at places such as Kakum National Park, Buti Falls, and even last I was talking, when we were doing the Ghanaian culture, we saw Kakum National Park, Buti Falls.
You love Kakum National Park, right? What's exciting about it?
Because of the canopy walk. When you're walking on the canopy, to be shaking.
How do you know you'll be shaking? You've seen the video, I'm sure that's why you're saying that. But you'd love to be there yourself, to experience it. What are some of the stories you read about it and the videos you saw about it?
Oh, I learned that there are animals down there. So anytime you're walking on it, then you look down, you get scared.
So you would want to go there, more field trips for you, and you want your teachers to also accompany you there. I'm sure that you don't want to go there all by yourself and enjoy alone, leaving out your teachers. But Jude, are you also having some expectations about the proposed curriculum?
I think this curriculum should be boosted with more of resources, such as providing laboratories for practical use, of our studies for practical use.
What, is it the case that your friends are asking for some laptops and well, what's happening on campus?
At least every student should get a laptop.
You want your colleagues to have, everyone should have a laptop?
At least every student should have a laptop so that you will be able to practice all day and have a clear visualization of everything.
And then beyond the laptops, I'm sure that you'd also want your teachers to do something. Is there something you're expecting from teachers? You'd want them to continue with this approach, right?
Yes.
Why would you want them to sustain this?
Because it's helping us a lot. It's really helping us and making teaching and learning very interesting. Yes.
Okay, so that's Jude sharing the experience, and I believe that will be for St. Peter's. But how about SDA, SHS? Why do you believe this curriculum will be helpful if implemented fully?
As a literature student, I felt this curriculum to be exciting because of some of the pictures I saw physically with my eyes, like CD and Lakunle. Now I'm able to identify them whenever I see their picture anywhere.
Oh, so you know where CD lives?
Yes.
Where is CD residing, by the way?
Lagos.
Lagos, okay. So one day I'm sure that you definitely make your way to Lagos. But it's been so exciting spending some time with our students who've been sharing their experiences about the proposed curriculum being developed by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment. But that's all we have for you in this package of the EduTalk show, brought to you by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Teacher Education Journal. We'll see you again. It's bye-bye for now.